Tinker Bell, and the Dew-Drop Dazzler. Deep inside the hollow of a great oak tree sat a cozy copper tea kettle. This was Tinker Bell's workshop. Outside, the sun was far too hot for a spring morning. The ground was dusty, and the beautiful lilies were still tightly closed in sleep. If they don't wake up soon, Tinker Bell sighed, there will be no spring festival at all. Tinker Bell was a tinker fairy, which meant she loved to fix things. She tapped her chin and looked at her drawing board. She needed a way to bring water to the thirsty flowers. "I'll build a machine," she declared. "The Dew-Drop Dazzler will mist the entire meadow and wake the lilies with a gentle soak." Suddenly, the tea kettle door creaked open. In tumbled her best friends, Clank and Bobble. They were tall for fairies and always ready to help, even if they were a little bit clumsy. "We heard you needed a hand, Miss Bell," Clank shouted, accidentally knocking over a pile of thimbles. "I have the frame built," Tinker Bell said, pointing to a strange contraption made of twigs and acorns. "But the gears won't turn, and the sprayer is too stiff. I need some very special lost things to make it work." Bobble adjusted his goggles. "Don't you worry, Tink. We'll find exactly what you need." They searched through the piles of treasures that humans had lost in the woods. Tinker Bell found a long, shimmering silk ribbon caught on a briar patch. Nearby, Clank let out a whistle. He had found a shiny, curly clock spring tucked under a toadstool. "These are perfect," Tinker Bell cried. Back at the workshop, the fairies went to work. Tinker Bell used the clock spring to give the machine power. She asked Bobble to help her thread the silk ribbon through the tiny pulleys. It was delicate work, but Tinker Bell's hands were steady and fast. While Tinker Bell finished the wiring, Clank and Bobble polished the copper funnel until it shone like the sun. They high-fived each other, their wings fluttering with excitement. "It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," Bobble whispered. The machine was finally ready for its big test. The three friends carried the Dew-Drop Dazzler out to the center of the lily field. The sun was high, and the air was very dry. Tinker Bell and Bobble lifted the heavy machine onto a flat stone. "On the count of 3, Tinker Bell commanded. 1, 2, 3. Tinker Bell pulled a small lever. Whir, click, splat. At first, nothing happened. Then, the clock spring began to spin. A magical mist of cool, refreshing water began to spray from the copper funnel. Clank laughed as the tiny droplets landed on his nose. "It's working, Tink. It's working." As the mist touched the thirsty petals, the lilies began to stretch and yawn. One by one, they opened into giant, snowy white bells. The spring festival could begin. Tinker Bell and Bobble shared a happy dance in the air. The meadow was green and cool once more, all thanks to a few lost things and a lot of fairy teamwork.